Week 31, Rhetoric Level. Your child should know by now what it means to gild something, and should recall that Mark Twain co-wrote The Gilded Age, which satirized the materialism and corruption of his day. The name stuck, because despite the prosperity of the very top, there was only a thin veneer of gold over the sweat and toil and tears of the hard-working underclass in America. Social Darwinism has fallen out of favor, but it was all the rage in the Gilded Age. It gave the prosperous a scientific reason to overlook the poverty and pain of those who toiled in their factories or starved in their streets. Social Darwinists viewed other races as evolutionarily inferior to whites. They wanted to protect the human breeding stock by excluding other races from America. Last week, we noted how Chester A. Arthur signed the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, but we didn't go into a lot of detail on the subject. The Chinese Empire shipped many workers across the Pacific on a temporary basis only, as sojourners. Chinese coolies were envied because they worked hard at jobs no one else wanted to do, and they succeeded at them. They seemed inscrutable to white Americans, who knew nothing of their language and little of their culture. People argued the Chinese should be excluded altogether because they weren't willing to become American. They didn't tend to learn English well or change their cultural habits once they reached America. The Chinese Exclusion Act was the first federal law to limit immigration and the only one that ever made race the sole basis for exclusion.